love that.
Yeah.
That's smart, because that's
Cool.
actually the tipping point.
That's the legacy of Sunday nights on HBO, right? Since The Sopranos and on. Game of Thrones, everything, True Detective, True Blood, all these shows that people would wait for on Sunday so they can arrive at the water cooler on Monday and talk about it. And we've lost that. We've lost that sense of community. And I love that HBO has adhered to that tradition and chooses to parse it out bit by bit, Yeah. That way people can learn patience again.
I've been tuning in to White Lotus every week. When you consume it too quickly, it can just get blurred and you don't process it as efficiently and carefully. So what I like to do is I like to rewatch the episode when it comes out and just sort of pick up on things I didn't realize before. And then when you get to the season finale, you rewatch it from the first episode. And you should do that with this show, because the first episode ties in so perfectly to the end, and everything makes sense, and it all plays into each other, and the questions you had initially watching it get answered, and it's that more satisfying.
Yeah, I really think or HBO should set up a few movie theaters around to screen it every Sunday, and I think people would love to watch it, because I watched it, the first episode at the TLC Theater, and it was absolutely mind-blowing when you have that kind of sound system, and it's cinematic enough to watch on the big screen. So I implore the network to do
HBO,
that.
if you're listening.
Yeah,
And then people, if you're listening,
Get some
tweet
theaters
about it,
going.
get it viral.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
No, but with our shows like, definitely with our show, you're gonna need a week anyway just to recover and heal and mend your heart enough so we can break it again.
So will you look at social media the next day after each show? Will you do that, or to see how people react? If they're angry, happy, confused?
The thing is, this is such a trust me journey. You have to trust the process. I don't think I'm gonna do that because, again, like, people will think they know how things are going to end. People will think they know how things are going to play out. And I think it will pain me to see people make their conclusions and assumptions. And assumption is the enemy of truth. So I will just I will write it out and ignore my phone.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I don't have Twitter anymore, so that's good. So, and Instagram, people are pretty chill. They don't really talk about the shows. So,
Yeah, I'm not planning to.